Hello and welcome back to Adorabuild. My name is Ruth and my little dog is called Pucky. And in today's video we are building up a fantastic Wizarding World set. And this time it is the Lego BrickHeadz for Hagrid and for Buckbeak. So this is the first time that I am building up a BrickHeadz set. So let's just get on with it. So as we open up the set, you can see here that we have 2 instruction booklets and then 3 bags. However, 2 of those bags were labelled number 1, which I'm going to assume means that we are building Hagrid, and that bag number 2 is for Buckbeak. So starting off, we just add a number of different bricks to a black plate, and as you can see, a lot of those bricks also have studs on the side as well, so obviously they are going to be very useful later on when we start actually adding in some more of the specific details to this particular BrickHead. And you can see here that we've already added in one of the first details, which to me looks like a little belt buckle. And we have flipped the BrickHead over and added in a couple of little legs as well. And now we're adding in all sorts of brown plates and tiles in order to create Hagrid's fantastic brown overcoat, which I think looks really great. I particularly like the way how Lego have designed the lapels to the coat, which you can see I have just added on now. And then we also give our lovely Hagrid BrickHead a couple of little arms. And it appears to me now we are building up the area for Hagrid's head. So we've added in some more bricks with lots of different studs on them, and then adding a plate on the front to hold that all together. I really enjoyed putting together Hagrid's face. I actually thought that the way that they have created his beard, particularly with multiple layers and different tiles added in for his moustache and those sorts of details, was just really lovely. I also think that the little eyes that we have for our BrickHeadz are quite cute as well, although I did get a little bit particular about wanting to make sure that the lines on the squares of the eyes lined up with everything else. But of course that's just me. I need to make sure that things sort of look all nice and square. And you can see here we're still creating more of Hagrid's bushy hair, so that looks really cool, and I thought that that was really well done. And then we go on to create the back of Hagrid's head as well, once again using lots of layering techniques with plates and also with a few tiles as well, in order to make sure that that looks really super fantastic as well. So overall, I just thought that the design for this little BrickHead was absolutely fantastic, and I had lots of fun building this up. I particularly liked the way we have a little display plate for them as well. So there we have our finished Hagrid BrickHeadz, and doesn't he just look absolutely fantastic? I really love the detail with the gorgeous pink umbrella as well as the lantern, and I'm so impressed with how they were able to put his hair and his beard together as well to provide so much texture and detail. So let's get on with bag number 2, which is going to be Buckbeak. And as we open up this bag, we can see that there are lots and lots of grey plates and such in here. So obviously that follows along with the hippogriffs that we have had in the past, one of which you can almost see at that top corner of the screen as well. Of course, I had to have Hagrid's minifig watching on while I built these as well. And so you can see here, once again, with a BrickHead, we are using lots of different plates, and we've also got a few different snot bricks as well, and that is studs on the side. So it looks like we have used a little arch at the front in order to create the legs, and then we've used some inverted slopes in order to create the back legs. I really like this technique of using the corner plates with some studs in order to create his fantastic feet at the front. And you can see here with the dark bluish grey plates and different bricks on screen, we are creating his tail. Of course, we then move on to the wings as well, and once again we have got a lovely random selection of plates and tiles in order to create that sort of feathered look as well, which of course then gets repeated in a mirror image on the other side as well. I also really liked the little hints of white that we've also got in this little set as well. I just think that that looks so cute for some of like the under feathers. And of course we are now building up Buckbeak's lovely little face here as well. So using all those sort of snot bricks once again, much like what we saw on Hagrid. However, it is interesting that for Buckbeak we are actually putting together his face on a separate plate, and I couldn't help but think of those gorgeous dots animal cubes that we built up a little while ago as I was putting together Buckbeak's little face. So I do think that there may be a little bit of overlap with the dots animal cubes and possibly some of the animal friendly BrickHeadz as well. Once again, we get to add in loads of detail onto Buckbeak's face with those lovely white feathers, as well as a little beak. And then on the sides, we are adding in some more grey feathered details so that it does look very hippogriff-like. In that, I did realise that I'd used the wrong part for the top beak, and that was actually part of the bottom beak, and so I add that in now, and I think that the shape of the beak is absolutely adorable. And so there we have our fantastic Buckbeak the hippogriff all finished, and I think that he looks absolutely amazing. I just love the way that they have been able to include some of those details with those tiles in order to create the illusion of feathers, and I think that the way that they were able to put the beak together was just fantastic. So here's Hagrid and Buckbeak together so we can have a look at them side by side, and they look absolutely amazing. And of course I had to include the minifig Hagrid and Buckbeak in here as well. So this is such a nice little addition to my Lego collection, particularly as I am a huge Potterhead. As always, if you have enjoyed my video, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. I do really appreciate all of your support, and make sure that you do say hello to me down in the comments. And until my next video, take care of yourselves and bye bye.